Once a person wrote a letter to the manager of a hotel, expressing his desire to stay there, provided the laws of that hotel permitted his dog to stay with him. After 1 week, he received a reply wherein it was written, "The management has no objection in permitting your dog inside, as no dog has ever stolen a bed sheet. No dog has so far dirtied wall paintings. No dog has consumed liquor and caused trouble to others in the middle of the night. No dog has slipped away without paying the hotel bills. So we have no objection and we are glad to permit your dog inside. But in your case, there is one condition. We will permit you only if you promise to behave as decently as the dog." This incident reminds us about the pathetic downfall of man. This incident indicates that the actions of man are much worse than animals. If we reflect on the ailments of the society, we realize that man himself is responsible for the vast majority of the problems. Man himself is responsible for the tribulations and sufferings. Man himself is responsible for the discontentments and conflicts. Modern man boasts that one day he would control the universe, make stars dance to his tune, play with planets, and may even control aging and overcome death. He has been intoxicated by his own success. He has no scruples to pollute water, land, and atmosphere. He cheats his own brother and ruthlessly slashes his throat. He invents weapons of mass destruction and drops nuclear bombs to kill millions of people. He has no concern for his fellow beings or generations to be born. And this attitude is going to have devastating effect on human life. And if we sincerely desire that this tragedy should not occur, if we do not want our dear cities, towns, and villages to burn for days, if we do not want deadly viruses and nuclear weapons to obliterate human race from the surface of the globe, if we do not want disintegrated families, if we do not want our youth to be drug addicts, if we do not want prostitution to be the major trade in our cities, if we do not want to face the agony and frustration of children born out of marriage, and if we do not want our kids to go to schools with guns and shoot their teachers and classmates, then we have to change ourselves. And the change should come immediately before it is too late. It will be too late to amend after the earth and skies are acutely contaminated with atomic and toxic waste. After the earth is shrouded by dark clouds preventing sunlight from reaching us and making it difficult to distinguish between days and nights. After all the water on earth has turned to poisonous ice, and after all beings have become extinct, then there is no meaning in changing, because there will be nothing left to be changed. So there cannot be two opinions that there should be change. And when we speak about the change, one might definitely ask, where should we begin? According to my opinion, the change should occur in the innermost hearts of individuals, because individuals make a family, and families make a society, and societies make a country, and countries make the whole world. So everything depends on individuals. How can we have purification, refinement, and reformation in the innermost hearts of individuals? It is not possible until man feels that he will be held accountable for his deeds in this world. The first step to attain Such an accountability is to have a definite understanding about the Creator, worship the Creator, do all good deeds the Creator wants us to do, and refrain from those deeds which the Creator has prohibited. To believe that every individual has been created in order to return to his Lord, to face the reckoning based on his actions in this world. To believe that this world will come to an end one day, and God will resurrect every individual, and all human beings will be gathered on the judgment day. To believe in the divine justice of Lord, that every individual will get his due recompense according to his actions in this world. God will give a reward for his good deeds and punishment for his sins. But the vital obstacle for such a refinement, such a purification, is the skepticism in our mind whether God really exists or not. Whether God had created us or we have been evolved. If we have been evolved, then definitely, my friends, there is no question of God. There is no question of God resurrecting us. There is no question of heaven and hell. Evolutionists teach men that they have been evolved from animals, and life begins with birth, and they live for a few decades and die. And all others as well as themselves are buried under the earth, where their bodies rot and decay and their existence ends forever. The people who believe so think that they will not be resurrected and they will not be held accountable for their deeds. According to them, they do not believe that they have to face a torment of hellfire eternally. For them, God, resurrection, heaven and hell are just imaginary stories found in religious texts. So why should they sacrifice for others? Why should they help others? Why should they refrain from committing sins? Why should they not cheat their fellow beings for personal gains? Why should they not exploit nature for temporary comforts? Why should they think about generations who are to be born? Evolutionists say that millions of years back, when an explosion occurred, an amino acid came into existence by chance. This amino acid remained there without being destroyed for millions of years. By passage of time, large number of amino acids came into existence in a similar manner, and at a particular point of time they joined together to form a protein molecule. This protein molecule remained there for millions of years without being destroyed. By passage of time, large number of protein molecules were formed, and at a particular point of time they joined together to form a cell. This monocellular being, after a number of years, millions of years, became multiplied, and later they became multicellular beings and ultimately human beings. Rationality means to think in a rational manner. How can the very same person who admits that an explosion in a printing press cannot create even a third-rate novel? A monkey playing on the keyboard of a computer for days, months and years cannot create a third-rate poem? Or a stroke of lightning in an iron and steel yard cannot produce